What's up, everybody? I don't know if this is episode 10. I believe it is. Might be episode 11. Don't know. Just got done the little 3.5 mile run, 5K. Getting ready for the Great Aloha Run next February if we're fortunate to have it. Hopefully we are. Feel good. Love going for a run, man. Get your mind right. You know what's interesting? I was thinking about this while I was running. Before we get into other things that were pertinent that happened this week. A lot of the leaders in place, governors, mayors, whatever. You know, I see it here at KOHN2 on local Hawaii news. No one is talking about the importance and the need for these three things: maintaining physical health via exercise, dietary supplementation. Got to get your iron, you got to get your zinc, your vitamin C, and your vitamin D. And just hydrate. Hydrate. Those three things that you can do to just naturally boost your immune system. Now, I'm not saying, it's a prevent all, but it'll help. Trust me. On to more important things than physical health. Yesterday was DC Fandom, which was like the DC Comic-Con this year. I don't think DC was at Comic-Con. Marvel definitely wasn't. Woe is us. But DC dropped some pretty dope shit yesterday. Wonder Woman 84. Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad, written by James Gunn. Do expect that to be significantly better. But the thing that stuck with me the most, oh my God, it was the greatest 2 minutes of my life. The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves, starring our Pats, Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne / Batman. It was one of the top 10 best trailers I've ever seen in my life. Disclaimer, I am completely and utterly and totally biased. Batman is my favorite hero of all time. I'm a Marvel guy through and through. I don't read DC comics outside of Gotham City. I could care less. But Batman is singularly the greatest superhero of all time. And this trailer, oh my God, this trailer was insane how good it was. If you did not know that it was directed by Matt Reeves, one could be forgiven for assuming that it was directed by David Fincher. Heavy Seven vibes. Seven starring Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, and heavy Zodiac vibes. Cool color palette. Ominous 90s rock song, Slow Down. Much like how David Fincher did with Creep by Radiohead for The Social Network. Matt Reeves did the same with Nirvana for the Batman. Looks amazing. I came this close to tears, which is a lie. I came to tears. Weird phrasing of words, but when he says, "I am vengeance," oh my God, deep cut callback to Batman the Animated Series, when Kevin Conroy uttered the immortal words, "I am vengeance, I am the night, I am Batman." That's the Lord's work. Genitals were exploding all over the place here. It was insane. Magnificent. I cannot wait. Looks like they drew heavily from David Fincher, from the Zodiac. I have a distinct feeling that the Zodiac is the inspiration for the Riddler this time around, who's going to be played by Paul Dano, who was in There Will Be Blood with Daniel Day-Lewis. He was nominated for Best Supporting Actor. I can't remember that came out. I think 2008 is when that came out. Other thing that happened yesterday, Frankie Edgar got a split decision victory over Pedro Munoz, which was an awesome fight. Oh my God, it was a great fight. Super technical. I had picked Frankie to win by unanimous decision. I felt like his volume would be too much for Pedro to handle. And I underestimated Pedro. He came in ready to bang. Stalked Frankie. At the early part of the fight, in the first few rounds, he was cutting Frankie off, cutting his angles, catching him on the as Frankie was circling out with right hooks. But Frankie's volume was too much. At least I felt like it was. It was really a story between volume versus power. Frankie ended up getting a split decision victory. I personally scored it a draw. I had Frankie winning the first and the second round. Pedro winning. No, I had at the first round, I scored 10-10. Draw. The second round, 10-9 Frankie. Rounds 3 and 4, 10-9 Pedro. Rounds 5, 10-9 Frankie. So I had it a draw. It was a spectacular fight. In other news, quarantine officially ended. The last episode was recorded at the Aqua Palms Hotel. Awesome stay. When I left the 2-week mandatory quarantine at the hotel, I had a renewed sense of just gratefulness. I took off my shoes, my socks, and I just stood on the soil, kind of dug my toes in a little bit. And, I think everyone should do a 2-week quarantine in your house. Not even in your house, in your room. Don't leave your fucking room. And just watch how appreciative you are when you walk out. Man. To go 2 weeks without direct sunlight, with limited range of movement, and then to just have it thrust upon you, back out into the world. It was a trippy feeling. And I was internally grateful to be back on this island, man. Feet dug into the soil, ocean breeze hitting my face, and my mask, obviously, of course. But that's pretty much it. Doing kind of a shorter episode today. I got a bunch of stuff I gotta do, getting ready for class and stuff. We will have a new top 5 list for you next week. We're gonna be looking at Westerns, and I'm breaking it down into 2 categories. There is the modern Western and I guess you would say the pre-modern Western BC. Basically, the difference will be a modern Western obviously takes place in a historical timeline. Post-World War II, I would assume. At least that's how I'm going to break it down. Post-World War II, modern Western. Pre-World War I, pre-modern Western. So that's how I'm going to break it down. So next week, we're going to do 2 top 5 lists, 10 films in total. It's going to be a good time. As always, you can find this podcast and the rest of the Closers Podcast Network shows via Spotify, Apple Pods, wherever you find your pods. YouTube, the Closers Podcast. Like, subscribe. Don't forget, you can hit the bell so you get notifications when all of our new content drops. 3 shows a week. Hang 10 on Monday. Closers Podcast with me and Marco on Wednesdays. And closing out the week with Marco on Friday. He always gets you right to get your weekend started. Anyway, guys, shorter episode. It is what it is. Stay healthy out there and do your part. Adios.